Welcome to lesson 6 of Automotive, Electrical and Electronics Basics. In this lesson, we would be learning about electrical resistance, opposition to the current flow. What are the type of resistors, what are the factors affecting resistance, and measurement with an ohmmeter. Previous lesson, we learned about electric current. What are the type of electric current, what is an effect of electric current in a circuit, and how to measure electric current using an ammeter and its units. As we are aware, this is a foundation course, hence it is very important we are to learn sequentially. Do consider for subscribing the channel so as you don't miss any of the lessons. Now, what is electrical resistance? Electrical resistance is nothing but the opposition to the flow of current. What is current we learned? Current is a flow of electrons through a conductor. If this is a conductor, voltage is given applied here. This is a force applied, voltage is applied, and electrons are flowing through the conductor to the ground or negative. If any opposition felt in between or anywhere, then that is called as a resistance. If there is a resistance in a circuit, it produces heat. This dissipated heat, we are using it in heaters, and it's dangerous if the circuit is having poor connections. That we will learn it in subsequent lessons. So resistance is an opposition to the flow of current in a conductor. How will you denote? We denote it using a letter capital R. How will you measure it? Using an ohmmeter, and the unit is ohms, named after George Simon Ohm, scientist. Most of the faults in electrical system caused by resistance. Corroded connectors, damaged wires, or worn contacts, or unwanted resistance in the component. More about the resistance using garden hose analogy. In garden hose is connected to a tap then to a sprinkler. The tank is which create the force or an voltage. Tap is like a switch. When you switch on, the water will flow, and the sprinkler is the load which work. In case if there is any opposition between the switch to the sprinkler, then the water flow reduces. You keep your foot on the hose, then water flow reduces. It's an opposition. If this hose is bent or kinked, then water flow reduces, or any other obstruction. This is exactly how resistance. We will understand more about that. What are the factors affecting the resistance? There are 5 factors majorly affecting. One is what is a material, what is a cross-sectional area, what is the length, what is the temperature, and what is a physical condition. See, conductors is the one which allow the electron to flow quickly. Then conductors has less resistance. Non-conductors and semiconductor has higher resistance comparing to the conductors. And what is the physical conduction property of a material? If material or a conductor is damaged, a kink or bent, then the resistance will be affected. Now let us understand about length, cross-sectional and temperature more detail. Let us learn about the length factor. You consider a motorway in which we have to travel from a place called A to B. If the distance between 2 points is 100 km, we are traveling in a car on average speed of 40 km per hour. Total time would be 2.5 hours to reach. If this distance between A to B is 200 kilometers, then what will happen? You have to travel this distance in 5 hours. The first concept here, if length is increasing, then resistance increases and vice versa. Second property is about the cross section. See, you consider a motorway which is wider, another is thinner. Distance is same, A to B we have traveling. Which one will you reach fast? You will be reaching fast in this wider one. That means resistance will reduce if your cross-sectional area is increasing. Resistance will increase if your cross-sectional area reduces, vice versa. So this is one of the factor. Let us understand about the other factor, which is about the temperature. Temperature, there are three types of behavior. One is some conductors, there is no effect of temperature. Any temperature won't affect the resistance. Some of them, when temperature increases, then resistance reduces and vice versa. How it happen? For an example, is 20 degrees Celsius temperature, the resistance will be 20 ohms for an example. At 10 degrees Celsius, the resistance would be 25 ohms. At 30 degrees Celsius, the resistance would be somewhere 12 ohms. So you can see when the temperature is increasing, here temperature is increasing, what happens to the resistance? It drops. This opposite behavior is called as a NTC or negative temperature coefficient. What we are using it in sensors like coolant temperature sensor, air intake temperature, etc. Another property is when temperature increases, the resistance also will increase. For an example, at 10 degrees Celsius, your resistance is 25 ohms. In 15 degrees Celsius, your resistance will increase to 30 ohms. And at 20 degrees Celsius, your resistance will become 40, like this. You can see when temperature is increasing, resistance also increasing. This property is known as PTC or positive temperature coefficient, which we are using it in exhaust gas temperature and some windshield heater, etc. So this is how the temperature affecting our resistance. And now we have learned about the material, how it is affecting the resistance. We have learned about how the length is affecting this, and the cross-sectional, and the temperature and physical condition. The type of resistors. There are different type of resistors. One is called fixed resistor. Fixed resistor means the resistance is remaining same always, which we are using it in LEDs and pull-up circuits, which we are using it in ECUs. You learn about this in later lessons. Another one is about the rheostat. Rheostat, you might have seen, a resistor is wound over a non-conductor and a movable needle is kept on top. When you will move this, the resistance reduces. We learn about when we are learning about level sensors and position sensors in automotive. About NTC we already learned, which we are using it in coolant temperature sensor, IAT sensor, and PTC we are using it in gas, exhaust gas temperature sensor, and it is in windshield. There is one more type of sensor which we are using for headlight and rain sensors, in which we are using a resistor called light dependent resistor. When the brightness of light is increasing, the resistance drops. Now, how to measure and what is the unit what we are using here to measure the resistance? The measurement, the base unit is ohm. Smaller units, 1 by 1000 of an ohm, milliohm. 1 by 1000 of a milliohm is micro ohm, and the multiples 1000 of ohm, kilo ohm, thousands of kilo ohms is a mega ohms. These are the bigger ohm units. These are all the base unit is known as ohm. We are measuring the resistance using ohm meter. How to connect? Just consider this is a conductor. We are measuring voltage parallel using a voltmeter. We learned about this. Ammeter we are connecting in series, and the ohm meter we have to connect it in parallel, because you are going to measure the resistance between two places. Wherever you want to measure, use a ohm meter, connect it in parallel. Few things. First of all, you have to power off the circuit. Why we have to power off the circuit? When we are measuring the resistance, the ohm meter or a multimeter use a current, small current, to measure the resistance. This will create an issue in the circuit. Hence, make sure that it is power offed before measuring the resistance always. There is a fuse. It may fuse off, or maybe the multimeter get damaged. So select the mode in the multimeter or ohm meter, and make sure that 0 is set in the analog meters before measuring. Connect across the component what we have seen here. Across means parallelly to the conductor. In this lesson, we have learned about the resistance, what are all the factors affecting resistance, what are all the type of resistance and their uses in automotive, how to measure the resistance using ohm meter. Next lesson, we would be learning about multimeter, how to use a multimeter to measure continuity, resistance, voltage and current. Please like, share and comment with your suggestions, and do not forget to subscribe, because it is a foundation course which should be learned sequentially. Thank you for watching.